is how we do this now. This is fun.
Recording has started. Welcome to an episode of Ask Hannah that's happening live on the Hannah and Jake live show, which happens, I would say every Monday, but so far we've only done it on Tuesdays, so...
Yeah, that's what happened. Maybe it is Tuesdays. Maybe my new off day is Mondays. I don't know. Do you? I guess we'll find out. So, yeah. So the way this is going to work live now is that we will ask chat to ask questions of Hannah, and eventually of myself, I suppose, whenever we do my end of this. And then I will toss the question over to Hannah, who will then, with her expertise in life management skills, give you the best possible answer. An answer that you can reliably count on as viable life advice. And you should live your life by every word that occurs, okay? Okay. Okay, so Blandrick asks, can you be my mom and dad IRL? But also, I'm starting MTF hormones, so male to female, hormones soon. What should I expect?
Okay, that's a good question. I actually don't think I've been asked that by someone before. Yeah, I've been on hormones for a decent while now. First of all, yes, I will be your mom. Second of all, what can you expect? It's going to take a little bit of time for you to notice any differences, and these things are going to compound over time. But things that I've noticed physically, skin gets softer. Of course, you're going to end up dealing with like breast growth, which made me very happy. I like the growth I have so far. It's like I wish I could like on stream be like not with my shirt off or anything, but just like for illustrative purposes show you the growth. But I can't do that. Got to keep it ad safe, at least relatively speaking.
Let's just say use a word, use an onomatopoeia to describe the growth. Go. A sound effect. What comes to mind? That's tremendous. So,
B cups.
good job.
B cups, in case you're curious. Anyway, that's on the physical side. You're gonna I was happy with this because I'm not a big fan of my primary sexual characteristics, let's say. So there's some shrinkage, which I'm happy with. It's much more compact now, which I appreciate.
Compact. Such a good fucking way to
mentally, there were definitely some changes with the hormones too, which is, I think, my favorite part, honestly, which sounds weird, but how do I put this? I feel much more in touch with my feelings than I ever did previously. It's actually very nice. Like, it's hard to explain, and I still have issues with that, just like because I'm used to holding in my feelings and stuff. But when I do feel my feelings and allow myself to genuinely feel them, I feel them in a way that I've never, felt them before. And it's pretty wonderful. So that's cool.
Do you think that lies more in, because I'm assuming it's a scale system, more in the effects of hormones or more of the effect of the psychology of transitioning altogether, and just that?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'd have to see. To do that experiment, you would basically have to take cis men and put them on hormones to discover.
Well, I mean, just in your experience.
Do you
think it's like I don't know, because I'm assuming a lot of people, because of estrogen in their system, they do say they feel more emotional. But is that like exacerbating the emotion you feel, or do you feel as though it's just allowing you to even experience them at all, or is it just all of it together more?
That's a really good question. I would say it as before I felt almost emotionally constipated, whereas now I don't, and things naturally just happen, and the feelings just come without having to focus on them or without having to make a concerted effort to think about it. Does that make sense? And my experience is going to be different than other people's anyway, but
Yeah. I was a pretty emotional kid, and then so I had to go the opposite direction, right? So I had to actively bring it down rather
okay.
than tune up, I guess, right? So, but that's interesting because I mean, as your friend who has experienced your existence for a long time, I feel like it's you're not thinking about having emotions. Like it doesn't feel like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know how to describe that. Before, it felt like it would be laborious for you to have emotional moments. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It probably does to you specifically, and anyone who is
Yeah.
close to you probably understands
Part
that
of
as
it
well.
could just
But
be
now it
the
feels like
overall.
less effort in general to like feel that.
Yeah. Finn
Sure.
Swan says, I volunteer for the hormone experiment. Uh-oh, I have bad news for you. Or good news.
Or good news? What's okay? Go ahead.
I don't think typically cis men would volunteer for
Oh,
that experiment.
I was like, okay, yeah. By the way, we're still taking questions, so feel free. Just dump them in there. Keep dumping them. And definitely, if you do a super chat, we will. I'll just put it up here. Just make sure you're actually asking a question, not something not something you don't care about. Okay. That's cool. Okay, so is that do you have anything else to say before we move
No,
on?
I don't think so. Just, hey, good for you for getting on hormones since that's what you want to do. I find it to be a wonderful experience. It's helping bring my physicality more in line with my internal, view of myself. It's just nice. So I hope you enjoy it as well, and I hope it brings you, closer to who you want to be. It really is a wonderful thing.
Dope. I don't think we need to read this as a question, but Slow Mo Panda, thanks for the $2 dues. Just FYI, I sent a box today with treats inside. Hell yeah. Okay, so with $2 dues, oh, my notepad moved. The Grand Tamburini asks, how many angry geese can you take in a fight?
Do I get a bat or something, or is this barehanded?
Let's we'll go barehanded first, and then we'll see if we have to change stuff.
I think I could do 2 barehanded.
2 geese?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna come out of this fight bloody. I'm not saying it's gonna be a breeze, but I think
Just
I have
against geese,
gumption, so I have your character in Alive might call it moxie, okay? I can take a hit. So I could, after a prolonged Rocky-esque bout. 15,
wait, did you say you can take a hit?
I can take a hit.
You can take a hit. Okay.
Okay. After a profound 15-round Rocky knockout fight, I would come out victorious, but I would have a lot of scars. With a bat, oh boy, I'm thinking I can take 5 or 6. I think I can take 5 or 6 geese if I have a bat.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Bats are heavy though. Have you considered the
I could swing a bat. I could swing a bat.
Okay.
I'll windmill that shit. I'll spin around.
Will you?
Yeah, I'll use the momentum of the bat.
All right. I'm really sorry to anyone that doesn't like to see animal abuse, because we might start a prize fighting geese championship.
Can it just be people betting on how many geese I can fight? And it's just me fighting geese? Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely. Blandrick, thanks, Hannah. Big ups, playa. Thank you, Blandrick. $5 it is. Okay, so how many angry geese? So 5 tippy tops. I feel like I could kick the shit out of lots of geese personally, but they have like long necks. I feel like if you focus on breaking their fucking necks, right? I'm kicking the shit out of lots of geese. I'm not going for knockouts. I'm going for kills. All right, going for kills.
I had my thing set to top chat again. Gosh darn it!
Don't you hate that? I hate that feature so much.
Yeah.
Just show me the chat. What does top chat even mean? Anyway, wow, wow. All right, I got another one. $5 reduce from Kippy Draws. Kippy Draws asks, do you think there's a problem with mainstream leftists speaking over marginalized groups' concerns and their fans dogpiling them?
I think that happens probably in a lot of circles. Like, it always gets to be a problem, because we are in a community that is usually majority, like, white people. So when we focus on issues that primarily affect, like, people of color, you're always going to have that issue of you're speaking for a group that you're not a part of and speaking to experiences that you haven't spoken yourself. But then you have to weigh that against, like, well, is it better to have, like, white people not talking about that, though? Because a lot of the people who are, like, ContraPoints or whoever have large platforms to speak on these issues. I think the good thing to do in this case is to bring attention to these issues and then provide people a platform or push people towards platforms where you do have people of color or whatever talking about these issues. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a ContraPoints or one of the big bread tuber people, find some creators you really like who do have lived experience with those things, and then say, well, if you want to hear more about this, go check out X whatever the person's name is, you know?
XQC.
Sure.
Don't do that. Don't do that for that. Do you know who XQC even is?
No.
No. Okay, good. He's kind of a shitlord. So, I think I know who this is about. I don't see that specifically. Definitely, I see a lot. Not even mainstream leftists, just people that seem to have like a platform. Some people do absolutely. I guess really it's called centering yourself in the conversation. A lot of people make it about themselves, and they start doing this sort of, like, they become the arbiter themselves rather than what they should be as an advocate to boost other people. And it's important for some people to like I often defer to chat or something, like if I'm on stream and trans issues come up, unless it's something we've gone over a million times and I'm versed in it, because I don't experience that, but I can communicate. And so that's kind of the draw, right? Like there's some of us that we're just good at communicating. We're good at carrying an audience. We're good at being entertaining. And that's a skill irrespective of your skin color. And sometimes it takes that to advocate for someone that might not be good at communicating that, or just might not have the same audience as you. And it's important that your audience, whoever it is, learns about these experiences in whatever way they can, as long as you're not saying I'm the one that has those answers, and you don't, you take the time. Like for instance, when we talk about Black issues, I do a podcast on Sundays with Arian, former NFL player Arian Foster. On some Sundays we do, but recently he's been busy. But over on my Twitch channel, and the Black experience comes up because he is a Black man, and it's interesting because as a white guy who grew up adjacent to some Black culture, not a ton of it, but we have a pretty mixed state in Michigan. We have a pretty integrated, and I played basketball, which of course has not a lot of white guys in it at the top ranks, right? And so it's a very especially out here, it's a very, very mixed and integrated sort of hobby to have. And so it's nice to get those perspectives, and I was lucky that I got them when I was younger. And it's nice to get them now from the people that actually experienced it. So it's best to see these creators focus on explaining it when they can, and then amplifying the voices of whoever marginalized person they're talking about or group they're talking about when they get that opportunity to. So, as far as the dog piling them, you're gonna have fans do that no matter what. You guys fucking do that. So, like, I mean, if I quote tweet someone with a bad opinion, you guys fucking eat them like piranhas. It's great. So it's just going to happen, right? It's just going to happen. Just as long as you're doing it, you're not punching down. I think you're fine. But I can't control you guys. And sometimes we can't. I don't know. Sometimes other people can't control it either. It's a weird place. If you haven't been a creator, it's kind of hard to really understand it. So sometimes it's just like, fuck, another time that happened. But anyway, we can move on. Autumn Smith, thanks for the $5 dues. Stephen Mill, oh no. Well, do either of us need those?
Oh, I have screwed up teeth.
Okay, I'll save that then. Thank you for the $5 and black butterscotch. Hannah has the best Valley Girl voice. Give me the Valley Girl real quick.
True. We're gonna go to the mall. Oh my god, guys. We're gonna go to the mall and we're gonna go to Orange Julius and then we're gonna go to Hot Topic and it's so good. Oh my god, guys.
I'm so excited to get an Orange Julius with you. Like, I just think, like, when we go there, you know what we should do? We should totally, like, TikTok ourselves.
Oh my god, we're gonna go
yelling at boomers.
Oh my god, we're gonna go get a pretzel and then we're gonna be like, pretzel twins. Yeah? Good.
It's a good look. Evelyn Rose, hey, Phosphophile here, just got on regular. Hey, thank you so much for the $5 dues. Okay, so let me get to the next one. Zach Craig asked, how much does electrolysis hurt your face? I'm interested in removing my white trash beard.
Ooh boy.
Figured you'd like that question. For the record, the reason I picked that one, and you didn't pay anything for it, so you guys don't have to. Although I am kind of done taking questions at this point. The reason I did this is because almost every time we talk, Hannah and I talk about electrolysis.
Okay.
At some point during the conversation, because she does it weekly, and she's always like, ah.
Yeah.
But also, ah.
Yes. First of all, electrolysis is a great thing. The person who does my electrolysis is fantastic. It also hurts a lot. Electrolysis, for those of you who don't know, is a permanent hair removal process by which a technician will insert a needle into every hair follicle individually and use electricity and run a current through it. There's a lot of nerves on a lot of parts of your face, if you don't know. It feels like getting shocked 1,000 times over the period of an hour. It feels bad, but I do it because I hate the gross little spider legs that grow out of the skin on my face. So
spider legs. Never heard hair called that.
You do get you can get topical analgesic for it, which I do. It helps numb it some, but you're still getting shocked in the face. In the not even just like on the surface. They are inserting needles into the skin on your face one by one into the hair follicle and using heat and electricity to damage it so it doesn't grow hair anymore. It's not just bear in mind that's what it is, okay?
However, after electrolysis,
oh yeah, it feels so smooth.
I have never seen Hannah's face so, what's the word? It's like you just got a big back scratch.
Yeah, I
You're just
want it to
loose.
be done so bad though, because I still have this upper lip darkness, and it makes me want to vomit. So,
don't mean to laugh. I don't want you to vomit.
I know. Remember when I used to have the Coke beard? It was so bad.
You know what's interesting about the beard, right?
Yeah.
It looked good until I found out you didn't want it, and now I look at it and then I hate it.
Let's go on a trip.
No,
down.
I don't want. Really? Not because I actually hate looking at it now. I hate looking at it because I you know. It's like when you get to know somebody, they become more attractive. This is like getting to know that you hated that made me hate it. It was like vicarious hate. Isn't that weird?
We gotta go back in time.
I respect the fact that you don't give a shit, but like,
we gotta be getting close to it. We gotta be getting close to the. Oh no!
If you just go to our. I was gonna say our Peterson reviews have it.
I'm not a fan of that person at all.
It's okay. Look at the improvement. Look at the improvement.
I do miss being that weight, though.
I genuinely... who was watching that? Was it... It came on somehow. One of our old videos came on somehow. Somewhere. And I was like, who the fuck is that? I didn't know who the people were. So it took me a second. I was like, okay. Anyway, it was older than that. I had like short hair and shit. What was I gonna? Oh, I was going to say Chris Clark. Thanks so much for the $10 reduce. And thanks for hanging out and supporting us on Twitch as well. Name Withheld, thanks for the $5 reduce. You use Hannah. I use tweezing. I did my checks and I love it. I don't have furry cheeks no more, and it works. Just ease the hair out. Yeah, but it's not as permanent, right?
No, that's not permanent.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a few more. $5 from Sci Fidelity. Hannah, you've been drinking tea on stream. Are you a bagged or loose leaf person? And what sorts of teas do you enjoy?
Bagged. I've been drinking chai tea.
I don't like tea really, but I do like the Bai teas, BAI.
Okay.
They're a little expensive and bougie, but they are tasty. If you buy in bulk, it's not that bad. Any more tea? Any more tea facts about you?
No.
Okay, chai tea it is. Poppy Apple Tree says, Hannah, which 3 members of the right would you like to send on a permanent vacation to a desert island? It's like, it's ethical, you see, because they're free range once they get there.
Steven Crowder.
Fuck.
Tucker Carlson. And Ben Shapiro.
It's interesting that you left out Donald Trump. Is he defeated?
Yeah.
Okay.
We saw the bowl pick earlier, okay?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah, okay. Those are very, very good.
Wait, it's not chai? What is it then? I thought you gave me chai tea. Whatever it is.
What's it taste like?
Okay. Tastes like tea. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
Tea has notes. Chai tea is like a very spiced. It's ginger moringa turmeric tea.
Sure, it's that then.
How did you? Okay, all right. So
I don't know. It's just a bag. I just put it in the cup.
Let's just put the bag in the cup. This is exactly the kind of tea introspection I expected from you. Damos gave $10 dues. Says, this is a great question. As your views shift, do you find yourself feeling guilt over your past self, or do you see it as a different stage of yourself? I drifted close to some ick places, but never fully. You both helped.
That's a good question. Sometimes. I've definitely apologized for things I've said in the past and the fact that I used to be a edgelord piece of shit, but that's part of growth. As long as you're willing to admit that you've changed and that the things that you've done in the past aren't things you've would do today, I think that's a good thing. Growth is important. I think if you look back on yourself and are embarrassed at your past or willing to admit wrongdoing, that just is a sign of character growth. I think that's good.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with being wrong once. Guilt is not the word I would use. Definitely. It's. I would feel more guilt if I had found out that I was still doing these things like recently, right? But we were ahead of the curve for most of the people in our peer group. So I mean, like,
the bar was pretty low there. So
well, absolutely. I'm just saying as far as like guilt, I don't have it. But I would say definitely that I'm more. What's the word I want to use for that? Disappointed. I'm disappointed that it even has to be that we're the good ones. You know what I mean? Like, or one of the good ones. But you know what I mean? Like, of the OG skeptic community. Now skeptic is like
oh, you believe in conspiracy theories and think that Donald Trump is still president? Okay, dude. You don't believe in science now? Suddenly, that's a thing. So yeah, I'm less embarrassed about the past and more grateful that we moved on. But I'm definitely the most disappointed in any of them,
Sure.
by a million miles. Not even close. Alex, thank you so much for the $5 dues. And been a fan since the end of Genesis. Thank you for helping me out of that. Out of what? Well, I'm glad that we helped you out of the end of Genesis. um, or whatever it is that was going on. $5 dues from Stephen Mill. You have interest in adult braces or anything like that? My girlfriend got them, said it totally changed her world. Would happily donate to GoFundMe if you want it.
I wouldn't GoFundMe it. I'd just do it with my own money.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate the offer. But I could get that on my own.
Do you need braces? They're not that fucked up. It's more like a big teeth. Like you have like a thing, right?
I have issues because this is a space that never grew a tooth because I
Right.
have like mutations where I only had a baby tooth and not an adult tooth. So the spacing is wrong on this and it's too small to put just a prosthetic in. So the spacing on my teeth is just wrong. So I could use some adult. It probably wouldn't be a long time with like Invisalign, maybe like 6 to 8 months or something like that.
Yeah, I hear they're
fix
only
it,
uncomfortable
but-
on like the first couple days that you put those in.
Yeah,
Like the
but-
first one in.
I don't know. Maybe eventually. Who knows?
I don't really notice it. I'm sure, as a person who is self-conscious about their own face, you probably do.
Yeah.
But like it's just your face, and it doesn't look bad in my opinion. But I mean,
Yeah. Well,
you couldn't possibly tell me something nice to me, and that I would accept that. So that's fine. Autumn Smith with $5 dues says, "How do you keep from losing your temper at Peter Hanna?" I meant to ask this in my last super chat, but there was a okay. That was what the Thank you so much.
It makes it a lot easier that my main coping mechanism is laughing. I laugh when I'm nervous. I laugh when I'm mad. I laugh at everything. So it's a good stress relief. So
I laugh too. That means we have cat hearts, by the way. That's what that means.
So as long as I can stay in that mindset and take it with humor, it's fine. Plus, I am genuinely fascinated by the mindset of conspiracy theorists. It's why I do Tinfoil Tuesday. I find it so interesting the way that they think. So, like, is it frustrating that he is completely delusional and will not accept any information that conflicts with his preconceived version of the world? Yeah, but what am I gonna do about it? You might as well laugh at it, right? It's absurdist, basically. It's the philosophical concept of absurdism. The world is so goddamn weird anyway, you might as well take it in stride and enjoy
100%.
yourself for the ride, you know? Ooh, I rhymed.
Yeah.
I'm banned
Ooh.
like Dr. Seuss.
Oh shit. Well, you banned yourself too there, so
Yeah.
just like Dr. Seuss. I don't lose my temper at like any person that I ever debate. The only person I've ever seen you really lose your temper over was Hovind, but
Oh, because I think he's 100% a scam artist. I don't think he believes what he believes at all.
yeah,
He is a grifter in and out.
I believe you too. Which is, yeah, I agree as far as I think things are funny all the time. Like maybe you have to be in the room with one or both of us at a time, but we are always thinking things are funny. Always. If you want to watch a movie with us and you are there for the dialogue, you should go home and watch it first and then come watch it, because we do the movie reviews because we do that without you. So
Yeah.
it's just talking to one of these people in real time is just so fun for me. I love it. It's so fun. Sometimes chat doesn't like that as much, so I try not to do it super often. Specifically, what I don't like though are the round tables. I know you've never been a part of one. I don't think you have, at least. Those are usually pretty shit. In fact, the last one I was on, I got totally fucking ripped off. So that's okay.
I saw that.
That's fine. I was the vote leader. How the fuck do you do that? Anyway,
The super delegates have spoken, Jake. Okay.
Dude, I felt so close to Hillary Clinton after that moment. I was like, wow. Hill dog, you got ripped off too then. That's how it feels. Okay, so last two questions. Cameron being the last one. So if you super chat after that and we don't get to it or do a long segment on it, it's because I said it was the last. But before that, we have Olatization with $5 or not $5 dues. It was 5 English pounds. Would you guys do more critiques of Nick Fuentes, as I feel he's slipping from the radar, which might make his doings go more unnoticed?
He's banned from Twitch, I think, isn't he?
I believe he.
Yeah,
He's banned from Twitch.
I don't cover him because of that. You're not supposed to cover people who've been banned from Twitch.
That's correct.
So, not on Twitch. Let me put it that way.
Right. I think Nick also I don't know if this is by design, but it's hard to cover him in real time because he's always about to slur.
Yeah.
Like the guy, he's just dog shit. So like, I don't know. I think he. I mean, he's obviously incredibly problematic. He's also he's just a shitlord. He doesn't say anything terribly provocative. He just says the bad take, right? He doesn't even say it in a way that's like clever. He's just like here's racism. It's just like, you know what I mean?
It's sad that neo-Nazi rhetoric isn't provocative in 2021. We're just burnt out on it.
Well, like someone provocative that does neo-Nazi rhetoric is someone like, I would say, previously Stefan Molyneux before he got yeeted off the internet. Like he says that kind of like the birther shit, or not the birther shit, but like the natalism stuff, like your eggs are gonna dry up and we need white babies kind of stuff. Thank you, Jeff Thaw's daughter, for the $10. I mean dollar dues. They're $10 dues on here. Found this about 2 months ago, 6 months into my deconversion. I want to say thanks for the both of you for what you do. Hey, thanks. That's great. Really excited for you. I hope the journey goes well. Hope it's not super painful. But yeah, Nick Fuentes is just a shitlord. I think that's what it is. Like, because Tim Pool and stuff like dog whistles, and he tries to be like, ooh, I'm being sneaky. Matt Walsh is just cringe. Michael Knowles is cringe. Ben Shapiro is just like, he's a meme. He's like,
Did you see Tim Pool thinking he invented lying on Twitter? He's like, if I post a bunch of conflicting beliefs, some of which I believe and some that I don't, then I'll throw off the media. And it's like, Tim, what? Yeah. You didn't invent the concept of being bad faith. What are you doing?
Yeah. Being bad faith. That's all he's doing. Amazing. Okay, last question. $5 reduce from Cameron Venegas. Vengas, maybe. What do you think of your peers, both back then and today, like TJ? I know you guys went on DP once. Thunderfoot, Chris. I'm assuming Chris Raygun, Sargon. You know. Let's go down each one of these, just in order. TJ.
I don't know what TJ's been doing in the past 3 years. I don't think I've seen a single TJ video, so I have no idea.
TJ is on a good path. He's still a little edgy sometimes, but I pretty much agree with him. Minus anytime he tries to say he's a nihilist, I agree with him typically. He when you came out, he made a joke for a second, and then immediately once he found out that we were, well, I was the one that was like, fuck off. He DM'd me and like apologized and was like, hey, I'm trying to be a better person. I was just joking. And I don't know if he reached out to you, but he reached out to me in that. And then it made me, I was really impressed with that apology. And then all of his actions since then, although sometimes edgy, Paul is actually who I tend to butt heads with more. And I think Paul would agree that I think he's such a doomer. Paul is a big time doomer. And otherwise, I really like listening to Paul talk, and I think he's very intelligent, but he's incredibly doomy. But TJ, I think he's on a good path. He definitely calls out bullshit now. And he even admitted that when he was doing the 2016 ACSJW shit, it was for money. And he talked about that. He's done videos on this. And so I appreciate that he's at least, he's done some stuff and been openly like anti-Trump, openly very leftist and stuff like that. So I think
God, someone in chat though was saying he was making fun of autistic people a few months ago. So
Yeah, and then he does shit like that from time to time, which is why I don't like, we don't really do stuff together. But I mean, just like as far as like who is the guy, how do I feel? I'm surprised he's one of the good ones out of the group of people that you gave. Thunderfoot. Thunderfoot is still trying to do the SJW stuff. I don't know if you've seen anything he's done.
I've watched some of his busted videos on like the technical stuff because that's
those are good.
But
anytime he does science, I think he does fine.
Does he still do anti-SJW stuff? Let me look.
He laid off the Anita Sarkeesian shit a bit, but
that shit's so embarrassing.
no, not Paul Ogia. No. Paul Zigo. Paul Ogia is great. I don't think I've ever butted head with Paul Ogia.
I'm trying to look. It looks like the vast majority of
or Paulogia, I guess. But
I don't even see an anti-SJW
on
thing
Twitter
in the last 5 months.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Still, though, you got to contend with that. I'm not going to pretend that content doesn't exist, and he probably still does hold a lot of those views. So, is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, probably. Chris Raygun. He was never one of the worst ones, but he's definitely a little bit of pipeline. But he's openly leftist as well. He did those like SJW songs for what he's mostly focusing on video game content now, though.
I've never really gotten into his stuff, so
yeah, I like Chris as a person when I've talked to him, but we don't really talk politics. And I follow him on Twitter, and I keep tabs on people like this that we used to engage with, or like peers that people consider us in the same space. And everything I've seen from Chris in the last, and I don't want you to use YouTube videos, probably 2 years has been pretty good. What about Dusty? We can talk about Dusty if you want.
I don't know.
Sargon.
I literally haven't followed. Sorry,
you haven't followed Dusty? Sargon's the worst of all of them. He's the worst that's ever existed. The worst. Sargon's a piece of dog shit. I don't know why anyone would even watch Sargon.
It makes me happy that every time he jumps a channel, he loses a good portion of his audience, though. That's
nice. In fact, Stefan Molyneux, who I brought up earlier, lost. He only has like 3% of his audience.
Good.
Yeah, fuck him. Armor Skeptic's a conspiracy theorist now? No, he does conspiracy theory videos. I don't think he's a conspiracy theorist. He could be, but it seems like they're anti-conspiracy. Sargon's still a thing. He does the Lotus Eaters podcast. Again, if you come to Twitch, and I think I do Sargon more than you do, probably.
Yeah.
Right? Like I have the whole.
His smarmy bullshit stuff grates on me in a way, so I try to avoid him.
If you want to come to twitch.tv/actualjake, you can find out why I have a replica body double of Sargon of Akkad in my room, okay? You can find out. But not until then. I'm not going to... No spoilers. You only get the lore when I'm in Korn, okay?
Plus, I think Sargon's basically irrelevant at this point. He destroyed UKIP. He has. If you're still a fan of Sargon, there's nothing that can be done for you. You know what I mean? What's the point? At least Ben Shapiro and Tim Pool. I'm sure there are a good portion of people who watch their stuff who just don't understand genuinely and are being pulled down that path. Whereas if you're a Sargon fan in 2021, you know what you're doing.
Well, at Ben Shapiro, at this point, I think maybe too. But Tim Pool says I'm a liberal still. I don't think like Sargon is out here just saying crazy stuff. What was I gonna say? Did you want to add anybody to that list before we end this edition of Ask Kana?
I don't think so.
I got a sunburn on my temple, by the way. I got a sunburn on Easter on my temple, and now it's peeling. You ever get a sunburn on your temple?
No.
Oh, well.
I just noticed that the monitor I have you on is actually over here, so it makes it look like I'm looking at you on the camera because you're in that box next to me. So that works out.
And on the camera that I see you on, which is not the camera they see you on, you actually are looking at me when you look at that.
Yeah.
So.
Works out.
That's pretty cool. I'm wondering if there's any other peers that we had that went off the deep end that we worked with. How about I shout out someone who's been two people that have been great and continue to be great. Okay, two people. Dark Matter 2525. Good ass motherfucker. What a good ass guy. And then also Vadim, Creationist Cat. Now it's I believe it's Vadim now. Just on the YouTube or something like that. Hey, it's Vadim on Twitter for sure. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. I did a thing with him in the surfs recently. Totally won that competition. Just tossing that out there. And undefeated on the surfs battle for ideas. Tossing that out there. High level ideas
I gotta
champion.
start doing more crossover content with people.
High level ideas champion. And if you and I were ever on a team there, no one would win again. We would literally destroy everybody, like Hulk Hogan and whoever his tag team partner was back in the day. We would crush everybody.
You're
It's not fair.
overconfident in our
No. Because the whole game is yes-anding with your partner.
Okay.
The whole game. We would fucking crush everybody. It wouldn't be close.
Okay.
I literally can't think of anybody that could do it.
Well, let me know if you ever want to do one of those together.
I'll let him know that nobody can defeat us.
Okay.
Nobody. Okay. H Bomber guy is great, but I mean, like, he never flirted with these people that we're talking. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Creationist Cat and Dark Matter, these were considered peers at the same time, and we all sort of were like in the same circles. Trying to think of anybody else. No, I don't think so. I think everybody else kind of failed us or went through that phase and came back around. So like Shuon Head's doing a little bit better. I'm trying to think about who makes explicitly political content who came back on the other side. There's some other people out there. I don't think Logic does political content at all, but he just sort of sticks to that kind of stuff over there. Anyway, so that's it. That's all there is. That's the end of this. Okay, parting words of wisdom before you stop pressing the button.
If the first fart is hot, don't trust
Ooh.
the second one.
That's true. I won't debate that at all.
Links are in the description.